Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. About 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday. So, the question is, today, what do you do when you have someone that's toxic in your life, in your family, circle of friends, or so-called friends, or even at work? How do you deal with it? Do you just ignore it? Do you talk it out? I'm just curious how people deal with circumstances and situations that come about on a day-to-day basis, because that's one of the most frequent things that come up of how people deal with other people. People have always said, I'm a people person, and how do I deal with certain things? As most of you know, working in retail management, you come across a lot of people that you work with, and then also the people you work for. So they're like, I don't know how you do it, Steve. I get that a lot. And sometimes I don't either. But you know what I learned? To face it, embrace it, and just take it on. And we'll do one by one. For example, the people that you work with, they're toxic. The way you deal with it is you step back and think, okay, one, you're not related to the person, so that's good. 2, you don't live with the person. 3, you find out what's making them toxic. Is it something at work? Or, you don't have to dig deep or anything and be nosy or anything, but you can ask them, call them out on their shit. Excuse my language if there's women and children watching. Just straight up ask them, what's your deal? Or, as my better half folks like to say, what's your damage, Heather? And just be honest. And it doesn't hurt, to ask. I'd rather ask and know than don't ask and don't know. And why put yourself in that position, no matter if it's at work or if it's at home or it's out where you play or, things like that. Because I can't express enough how important it is that we make every day the best day we can. Because we don't know when our last day is. We could predict it, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen. That's how I take care of everything and think about everything. So, excuse me. Monday, 5:04 Eastern Standard Time. That's what I wanted to discuss. This installment with Steve in the car. How you deal with toxicity with friends, family, foe, whatever it may be. And I'll tell you how I personally, Steve Pressup, deals with negativity. When it comes to people at work, I basically talked to them about the situation and what we could do to make the relationship better. Because sometimes you're with those people more than you are with your family. And you just talk it out. Or just watch their, take a step back and just look at them and observe and see if you see anything that does trigger them off at work. And just remember, some people got the job. Doesn't mean they're meant to have that job. Makes sense? That's just my take on it. And as far as in, if you have a friend that's being toxic, you try to talk it out. Not saying it's always going to work out, but all you can do is try and see what you could do to make it better with them. And if you can't with them, or that also goes with your friends, your family, your coworkers, at least you got a chance to try. And that's all you can do. And you can't always make everybody happy, too. I've learned that a long time ago. But the first person you need to make happy is yourself. Self-love, self-respect is key. No matter who or what you're dealing with. So, that's what I had to say about that. Because if you don't love yourself first, then it's, or even like yourself, or respect yourself, then you're going to have a problem. That's all. Let's not marinate, shall we? Think about it. So, alright. I was just thinking this morning. Because, this year, 2020, and years to come, I'm gonna make myself love myself, like myself, respect myself. Ask myself, what do I need to do to be the best Steve can be? And that's what you need to do for yourselves, too. Self-reflection. And sometimes you're going to find things that you didn't like. And then you're also going to find things that you do like. But then there's also going to be things that people don't like about you. And that's okay. It's human nature. You're not supposed to... Look, you're not supposed to like everybody, and everybody's not supposed to like you, and, it's okay. But I used to be the type of person that had to please everybody. I was in relationships that I always had to put them first and everything, which is okay to an extent, but you know what? I personally think you gotta first please yourself. What makes you tick? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? What makes you angry? And even if you don't know, it's okay. But you know what? Write it down, or think it out. And if you know that going to a concert makes you happy, then you should set some goals for yourself and say, okay, I am going to do this. I am going to set some time aside for me to do that. If it's something that makes you angry, if it's a person, place, or thing that makes you angry, what can you do to cut it out, eliminate it, or stop it? And then, how can you fix it? I'll give you an example. What makes me happy is spending time with my children and close, dear people of mine in my so-called inner sanctum of people. That makes me happy. What also makes me happy is that what I need to do to better myself, so I don't have to rely on anybody else. Yeah. So what makes me unhappy? Not enough to provide for myself or my children or my inner circle. Then, what can I do to change it? Think before speaking. Always think about the consequences before you do something, no matter if it's good or bad. My dad taught me that years ago. A long time ago, my father told me, there's going to be a time in your life you want to do something, and it might not be the right decision, but you got to think. And he said, he looked me dead in the eyes, and he goes, remember, what are the consequences? Because a very funny story, I was with a friend at the time, Frankie, actually. And I know that's vague. I live in New Jersey. You either have a friend named Frank, Frankie, or Anthony. At least one. Him, a dear friend named Josh, and our friend Doug, and my friend Andy. We were at Doug's house, busted in his parents' liquor cabinet at Doug's house, and we drank. Did we drink? Canadian whiskey. I believe it was Seagram's. And we drank so much, I got pretty messed up. Not pretty messed up. I got trashed, hammered, whatever you want to call it. And I remember that it was a horrible feeling. Felt good at first, but then I got sick from it. And then Doug's parents caught us, and excuse me. Sorry. I think Josh stayed there. Andy, Frankie, and myself went back to my house. I know that. Then Andy went home. Then Frankie stayed at our house. And my father stayed up with Frankie. And me personally, I became best friends with the toilet. And yeah, good times. I was so hungover that night, or that following day, still throwing up and being horribly sick. Did not like that feeling whatsoever. So then after I sobered up, my dad says, "So, what'd you learn from it? Remember I told you, before you do something, no matter if it's good or bad, what are the consequences? So, that being said, I got drunk one more time, and then other times, I'm a social drinker. If and when I do drink. I don't drink to get drunk anymore. And look, if that's your thing, so be it. But that's not my thing. I'm a social eater. I like to eat to maintain the dad bod. So I just wanted to put that out there and talk about that. So let that marinate, resonate, and let's reconvene at another time. So, what did we talk about today? What do we do with the toxic people in our lives? Okay? I'll be definitely on later. Please subscribe to my channel here, Steve in the Car, on YouTube. I will be posting this on Facebook. Until next time, and there will be definitely a lot more time. I will see you all soon. Hopefully see you all sooner. I thank you all for watching this, subscribing to this. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all. Until next time, take care, brush your hair, and good night, Gracie.